I'm the Mademoiselle in sa sur deuxième Chanel Loin. And of course, as you guys can tell, we're going to be doing a crick crack. When I say crick, you guys comment down below crack. So let's get it cracking. For those of you guys who always sit there and be like, oh, I don't know, I don't comment because there's nothing to comment, you have something to comment. So fucking comment. All right, thank you so very much. For this video in particular, we're going to be doing updates. A lot of you guys write in these stories and then you send the updates and I don't see them till late. My bad, y'all. I had to look at my email and I was like, oh shit, all right, let me do some of these updates, right? So for the first one, we're going to do the update from the story about how these people broke a lease because their house was haunted. I really enjoyed that story because I don't know, like, you know how you think about certain things happening and you're like, nah, but then you're like, you know what? I could imagine. Like, I think that's something that would happen. That was one of those stories for me. I was like, yo, if my house was haunted, would I break the lease? Probably. I've lived in some places where I felt really uncomfortable or I felt a presence. So I don't think it's too far-fetched to break a lease because, you know, your house is haunted. So this person wrote to me again. I'm going to link the videos down below if you didn't already watch them. Hey, Yvana, I sent you the story about breaking our lease in a haunted house. Thank you for sharing it on your channel. I have seen things and had premonitions that usually come true since I was about 4. You said you wanted to know more, so here we go. I'll tell you a few things about that house and the last time I saw my great-grandmother. So this will be long. This is not long at all. Like, at all. But anyhow, that house we lived in had a long hallway where the bathroom and bedrooms were. It had wooden floors. One of the boards creaked no matter how lightly you stepped on it. Sometimes the pictures that lined the walls would just randomly fall down or turn crooked or even upside down. At first, my siblings and I were accused of messing with them until it happened when we weren't home. One of my brothers and I were home alone. We were listening to CDs through the DVD player, so it would take a minute to load. We heard loud, thunderous footsteps coming down the hall. Then it got to the board and creaked. See, that house was, I'm so happy I got the fuck out of there. Like, it's too much. My brother and I looked at each other and then ran to our grandmother's house. In the kitchen, we would take a plate, our cup out. Okay, maybe she meant to say we would take a plate and our cup out, leave the kitchen, then come back and the plate or cup would be gone. This happened a lot. One night I got locked in my walk-in closet. I was in my closet and the door just shut and the doorknob didn't have a lock on it, but I couldn't turn the knob. Then it got burning hot. Oh, child, that shit was trying to cook you. That shit was trying to cook you, baby. Oh, no. I just sat down and prayed loudly. I eventually got out. It got to the point where towards the end of our stay there, I just lived with my grandparents because I was just done with that haunted house. So the last time I saw my grandmother, aka Ghost Grandma, I was about 12 or 13. We were at my grandmother's house, my mother's adopted mom. She had a basement and an attic. My siblings, cousins, and I were terrified of those areas. The energy was just off. I was sent to the basement for something. I saw a scary looking man. He had a hot and angry energy about him. He lunged at me and the door shut behind me. I couldn't open the door. My great-grandmother appeared in front of me and she never yelled. She was always calm. She yelled at him and told him to stay away from me and the rest of my family and to leave that house. Child, I truly believe that our loved ones, our ancestors, and other people that we have, like, in our lives that have passed away, do look over us in the afterlife. They do try to cast away, like, demons and bad ghosts and stuff like that. I've had so many different types of experiences. Maybe one day I'll share, but yeah, I've had something like this happen to me. She yelled and told me to get out, so I quickly followed directions. I ran upstairs and was trying to explain what happened, but I was so upset I couldn't really talk or breathe properly. But that was the last time I saw her. I feel her presence from time to time, but not as much. I'm in my 30s and I'm still iffy on that basement. Thanks for sharing. Continue to shine. May God continue to bless you and your family and your viewers. Thank you. Thank you so very much. I will say, you're probably going to continue to have these experiences because it looks like your great-grandmother and other family members are just like around you because you can see them or communicate with them, or because you're probably in some sort of danger a lot of the time spiritually and they're really trying to protect you. So that's really a blessing in itself. Like that, I feel like people who are able to have those type of experiences like are really blessed in a different type of way. Like, some people call it demonic and some people say, you know, but it's just like, I don't know how it's demonic that my family member who passed away is communicating with me and wants me to be safe and wants me to know that they're okay. Like, I genuinely don't see anything demonic about it. I feel like if there were demonic type of presences or communications, it's something that we would feel because we are human. But it's interesting because, you know, we have like a lot of Christians and Muslims and loads of other types of people in different faiths who just be like, oh, it's all demonic. It's all demonic. When you die, you die. And it's like, okay. If your best friend passed away or your mom passed away and they came to you, you're going to be like, go away, demon. I mean, that's crazy. Like, hey, I mean, everybody's entitled to their own beliefs, right? But it's just like, don't be trying to say other people's experiences are demonic because you're thinking that yours are. But hey, Yvana, I hope I spelled your name right. Yes, you did. Thank you so much. It's me again. I've sent 2 stories to you regarding a merman and a lugao. Let's see. So I'm going to put the videos right here on the screen. So this is the I saw hell in my dreams one, as well as the mermaid saved my life one. Okay, I remember those. Those are actually fun to read too. Wow, look at the hair difference in the grove. Okay, that's not the point. All right. It was these 2 videos you would probably forget. So today's story is going to be a bit different than my other 2. Last time I said I was going to be long. This one is going to be long. Please get your snacks and your drink and please relax. I only have my Propel. Let me see. How long is it? Oh, fuck. Fuckity fuck. Yeah, this is long, y'all. Hold up. I need to go get a snack. I got my sun chips. And I have my Propel. And yeah, let's get into the story. Today, I've got a long story to tell you about. First, I want to say I love watching your KRIKKRAK stories. I'm so happy you're back. Oh, thank you. And I can't wait to see more of your stories again. Also, with the second video, no, it was not Agwe. It was Dumbala. You know his full name. Well, she said Dumba. They said Dumbal. Dumbala. Okay, but anyways. So the house where I currently live is with my family, filled with spirits and even demonic spirits too. Currently live is crazy. You need to break the lease like the last person I talked about. You got me fucked up. Right? When I was about 11 years old, I was sleeping next to my mom. I woke up around 2 to 3 a.m. I couldn't move and I was in sleep paralysis. I forced my eyes open and I saw a glimpse of a cat in my face. But it wasn't a cat. It was a demon who sat on me to make it seem like it was a cat. Yeah. Okay, I'm happy you know that. It sat on my chest and I couldn't move. I kept trying to wake myself up, but my body wouldn't move. I later found out that when your body doesn't move, it isn't just a demon sitting on you. It means that your spirit isn't fully back in your body yet. So when I finally was about to wake up fully and get up from my bed, I finally was able to breathe again. I had prayed before I went to sleep once again, and I felt as if something was sitting on my chest again. I did my best of my... Child, please proofread these things. Jesus. I did my best to wake my body up once again. This time, I walked around in the darkness of my house. I like walking in the dark. Some people hate it, but I don't mind it. After a little walk around the house, I was able to go back to sleep without a problem. When I was 12 years old, at the time, I was living in Jersey with a cousin. Jersey gang! I used to babysit her kids when she went to work. There were 3 incidents in that house, one of which was a night when my little brother and I were with my 2 baby cousins. Okay, they were 3 and 5 at the time. We were all still up because our parents weren't home yet because they were still at work. So this is around 9 to 10 p.m. I looked into the hallway and I thought I saw someone. I was low-key scared, but I wanted to make sure there was no one else in the house. As I was walking back into the room, I heard the next bedroom door next to our room open. It was just 4 of us home. I ran back into the room and my little brother asked if it was okay, and I told him the room next door opened on its own. I would have been like, can I go live with my grandma, grandpa, uncle, auntie, cousin, bestie? I don't know. I don't got time. I freaked out, and once our parents came home, we told them. Our mom's cousins told us not to worry about that. She said it wasn't the first time the door had been doing that. And you still live there? Get mama. The fuck you talk about? Don't worry about it. Like, girl. My little cousins refused to sleep in that room, which was their bedroom. I wouldn't sleep in there either. They're smart. So a few days later, after that happened, my second incident was when my eldest brother came to live with us for a bit. My brother told me about this incident. My little brother and I were at school when this happened. So basically, my brother was feeding my little cousin since she couldn't eat by herself. As he was feeding her, out of nowhere, this paper flew across the room to in front of my little cousin to the other side of the room, if that makes sense. She screamed as if she saw something. She refused to let my brother go, and even my brother couldn't understand what was going on. He said the AC, the fan, the heater, and the window were open. I'm guessing the AC is not connected to the heater, but That's wild. So he didn't know how the paper flew across the room at all. Okay, maybe you meant to say were not open. Like the fan, the heater, the AC were not open, as well as the window. I don't know. I'm confused. My cousin's dad came home and he said that he forgot to pay a debt to some Jamaican and he laughed it off as a joke, which wasn't funny. I'm confused. What the fuck does that? Hopefully it has to do with the stories. I'm like, wait, what? Then the last incident had to do with my eldest brother who was babysitting all 4 of us. This was during winter break. My brother was sleeping in the room where the kids refused to sleep. Yeah, your family be ignoring shit, I see. Like they don't, maybe they don't believe in this stuff. Because I'm just like, you see all of this shit happening and you just go sleep in the damn room where everybody said they ain't trying to sleep. He has this cross necklace on his neck that he wears everywhere he goes. One morning he was sleeping and he had a dream of Ursula, Freda, and Duntor. They came to talk to him about something I don't remember. But I do know some lady was angry at him. He was running and then the 2 of them popped up on her and killed her, and then he called the Archangel Michael, who struck that woman with lightning, and he woke up. I don't even know what the fuck I just read, so let me try to understand it, and then, yeah. I don't get it. Is that a dream that he had? Because, like, this shit don't really add up, but hey. My brother wasn't really afraid of anything. He grew up in Haiti, so none of this was going to scare him. When his eyes opened, he watched with his own eyes his necklace getting snatched and thrown across the room. It was by the closet door, which cousin's bed is by the one she refused to lay in. You know what's funny? That's actually happened to me a few times, but yeah. Anyways, even I tried putting her in there and she would cry and scream while looking at the closet. My mom's cousin literally opened the closet door and there was nothing in there. I thought maybe because she's young, she's seeing something that we don't see, and I don't know why, but I also didn't like being in that room either. My family left the place and went back down to Miami to attend my grandma's funeral. We didn't stay long, and we had moved to Pennsylvania, which was closer to another cousin on my mom's side. I was about 13, turning 14. It was when we first moved in with my mom. When I first stepped into the apartment, I had walked into the apartment. What? Y'all, please proofread these things. I'm struggling here. This is stressing me out. When I first stepped into the apartment, I got this weird feeling, but then again, I thought it was because I was unfamiliar with the new place. But I wasn't. It was a few months of living there. Weird things started happening. It was only my little brother, my eldest brother, my mom, and I were living there at the time. Why were my dad and my other siblings still living in Miami? Maybe they meant to say while my dad and other siblings were still living in Miami. I don't think you're asking me why, right? I don't, child. One night, I was watching my favorite horror anime, and my little brother, who was 12 and turning 13 at the time, called me and said, "Come look at this," while standing in the hallway. I was confused and curious at the same time. I went out into the hallway and we looked from where we were standing. We were looking in the kitchen and in the living room area. We saw this tall shadow figure with red eyes staring at us. Nigga, he wouldn't have stared shit. I would have caught a glimpse and I would have been out. Like, how y'all be just living through these scary ass experiences? Like, what's funny is when I see shit, I don't get scared. Like, I've almost never been scared of anything that's appeared to me. But this shit right here, like, y'all be seeing some crazy stuff. And y'all be like, yeah, you know, we sat there and looked at us. And he looked at them. Some of his head past the ceiling. What kind of spirit is that? He looked at him, and I won't lie, I'm pretty sure, I think they meant to say, it was either an evil spirit or a loa. Who knows? We ran back into the room scared at the time. My eldest brother hadn't arrived to where we were living yet. He was still on the road back to his house. So after that, we stayed in the room and went to bed early. A few days have passed, and now my brother has finally come to live with us. If you're confused, when me and my little brother first moved in, my eldest brother wasn't living with us yet. It was later on. It was just 3 of us before it became 4 of us. Okay, yeah, I was lost. I'm lost as to who lived where and why. I don't get it. We ran back into the room scared at the time. We told him what happened, and he laughed it off. He said not to be scared because they won't be able to harm you since he was there. Sounds about Haitian. That is when things got even weirder. One night, my mom was cooking food for us to eat. I thought my older brother was in the room with me. While lying down, the bunk bed started shaking, and I thought it was my brother shaking the bed, so I looked down to tell him to stop. When I looked down, there was no one there. It was only me in the room. I went out the room, and my brother came from outside. I asked him, "Was you just in the room?" And he said no. He was just outside smoking. He asked why, and I told him I thought it was him shaking the bed. After that incident, I had a musical rehearsal event like Broadway to do with my school and my theater teacher. I was walking home alone. Our play was Shrek maybe, she went to child, and it was completely fun. The school wasn't far from the house. It was like 5 or 6 blocks away from the school. We had lived by a church, a graveyard, and a Catholic school. No, I'm not Catholic. Some people would think I'm Catholic because there's a Catholic church and a school near me. Not really. There's Catholic churches like everywhere at this point, but hey. So it was about around the corner from the house, and I saw this lady in a white gown standing there. I looked away because I heard someone speaking, but then I looked back and the lady was gone. And that's when it's time to call your ass an Uber, tell your mom to pick you up. I don't know. I honestly don't know why that even happened, but it was weird. There was another incident when in my mom's room, her lights would flicker like crazy. So we all would avoid going in there. After that, there was a night when my eldest brother went over to Miami to do something. My little brother and I were in the room. It was around 11 to 12 p.m. and we were on the summer break. We both heard a knock on the window. I thought I was tripping, but I wasn't because my little brother heard it too. It came in threes. It's when a demon mocks God, so it was Father, Mother, and Child. I'm so fucking confused. Other people call it Father, Son, and the Holy Spirit, which doesn't really make sense to me, but that's just me though. Yeah, I'm Catholic. It's in the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. I don't know what doesn't really make sense about that, but that's typically what it is. But I don't understand what that has to do with knocking. Fun fact, right? I've heard demons knocking twice. Once at my house in South Jersey, and then I believe once here. And to be honest, I don't know what the fuck. Like, I ain't gonna hold you. Nothing bad came of it. Each time I heard those knocks, good things happened. Maybe it wasn't a demon, but I've heard the demon knocking situation. But who knows? Maybe it was God. Maybe it wasn't. I don't know. I never looked too deep into it, but like nothing really came of it. It was just really terrifying and unsettling for the day. We got on group call with our siblings and told them what happened. They thought I was tripping, but my little brother confirmed it for me. A few days later, when my eldest brother came back, he went to a voodoo store to buy a few things, and one of them was sage. Do not sage your house, people. Mugwort, or some other herb. A lot of the sage is stolen from the indigenous people. Also, sage invites spirits. It doesn't get rid of them. Not saying to like dismiss it completely, but like if you're really trying to cleanse your space and get rid of spirits, sage ain't gonna do shit. He saged the house, he saged my little brother, then himself, and then he came to sage me. I started coughing and he told me it wasn't good. If I started coughing, it meant that there was a demon attached to me. Yeah, in some cases, yeah. And it wouldn't be just sage too. It'd be other stuff like frankincense, sage, mugwort. Like if you start coughing, like yeah. Let me stop. Which would make sense because I'm not allergic to sage, nor even have I. Oh my God. I'm not allergic to sage, nor even now when I use it. He continued to sage and spoke some words to drive anything bad in the house away. After that happened, nothing has happened in the house ever since. Hey, shit, at least the sage worked, I guess, because typically it's just going to invite shit, but hey. We came back to Miami in my sophomore year of high school, 15 years old, but this incident happens at the end of 2021 and the beginning of 2022, my junior year. One night, my eldest brother was making himself a sandwich to eat at night. Something told him to turn around, and he did. He heard something running back in the hallway. He thought it was my little brother. He was going to tell him not to do some shit like that again, but my little brother was asleep. He was confused, so he checked if everyone in the house was sleeping, and we were all asleep. He took his food and headed back to the room. The next morning, I woke up and I saw a little girl run past the bottom of my bed. Everywhere y'all go is haunted. The thing is, it's not where y'all going at this point. It's literally y'all. Something is attached to one of y'all, because that is wild. My sister and I share a room, so she was like, you saw that? I told her I saw a little girl run past the bottom of my bed. She said, don't say that with such a calm voice. I was like, was I supposed to be scared or something? Later that day, my brother told all 5 of us what happened last night and told them what happened this morning. They said it was creepy as hell. I have 4 brothers and 1 sister. I hope that doesn't confuse you when I talk about them. I'm fucking confused as hell. I ain't gonna hold you. I'm lost because there's so many siblings. I feel like you should have said that at the beginning. Okay, I have 4 brothers. 1 lives with me, 1 doesn't. I have 1 sister. Yeah, like, child, this is confusing. There was another night when my other brother went to the bathroom, and when he opened the bathroom door, he saw a tall figure standing in front of him. He closed the door, and then it opened back up, and it was gone. He went back to his room and went back to sleep, and he told us what happened. Another time, my sister was sleeping in my dad's room. He wasn't in the state at the time. With my niece, and my older sister said that she looked into the chair that was next to the bed, and a shadow of a man was sitting in the chair and was watching them sleep. I don't know. Maybe these aren't demons. Maybe these are actually Loa that are just watching over y'all. But I don't know. Eventually, I would assume one of them would speak, because that's, I mean, because they're clearly freaking y'all out. Like, oh child, she got freaked out and came back to the room with my niece and never went back in there with her, since my niece and nephew still sometimes don't want to go in my dad's room. After that, my eldest brother went to another voodoo place in Miami, and he went and bought different kinds of sage, Florida water, and other things I don't remember. So we started staging the house. We opened the window so that the unwelcome spirits would leave the house. My dad doesn't like sage at all, but we still saged the house. Once we came and saged the room, my brother said he heard a little girl laughing in the house. We were all confused, and me and my sister went into the room that we slept in and heard the little girl laughing. We now understand what our was hearing. I don't know, you missed the word. So after that, we did the sage and finished with everything. I still like to experience some of those things now. You like? I'm confused. I still like to... I don't know what that means, but But not as much as I used to. As well as most of the time, I would have dreams that would sometimes come true, or even feel as if someone was in the room with me here or there. Well, that is my story. I hope you enjoyed it. I enjoy your YouTube content and music. I also comment on your comment sections here and there. Thank you. Thank you for listening to my story. I hope you had a nice rest of your day. If you would like to hear more stories, I can always share more. Thank you so much. Feel free to send more, but please proofread them, because that was a struggle to understand. I will say something is definitely attached to you, like y'all as a family. There's no reason for y'all to have like left, go somewhere else, and shit still happening. Something's attached to y'all. Maybe your parents. I don't even know, but y'all need to get that situated, because if it is evil, it's probably going to get worse. More than likely, it's probably not, though. In my opinion, it sounds like it's probably some sort of like loi or gad or whatever, just like watching over y'all. But you know, Haitian parents never tell the truth. They never want to tell their kids anything, so you're probably never going to figure out what the fuck it is. And that's the annoying part about having Haitian parents or parents from like certain countries, because like they be dibbling and dabbling and shit, and then they don't tell their kids shit, and then when shit hits the fan, the kid's confused, the kid's lost, the kid's getting hurt, the kid's getting scared, and it's just like sometimes it's not even anything to really be afraid of. But unfortunately, since we do not know or understand, it's like no, like this shit is looking at me, and it got red eyes, and it's tall, and it's hitting the ceiling. Like, fuck you mean I shouldn't be scared? You feel me? So I definitely want to hear your thoughts and opinions down below. What do you guys think about those two stories and those updates? Again, I'm going to try to remember to put the videos down below in reference to the other stories these people sent. With that being said, make sure you guys like, share, and subscribe, and I'm going to see y'all next time. Bye!